Back for more from the incredible Seiko Lux collection. Welcome back to the channel for Ride Time Watches here in Denver, Colorado. Today we're revisiting the fantastic new titanium dive-inspired GMT series from the Seiko Lux catalog. Today we're taking a look at the gorgeous gray version in the form of the SNR 051 Spring Drive Titanium GMT. This watch is packed full of features and is fantastic, but before we dig into all that, we'll invite you to subscribe to the channel so you catch all of our upcoming videos. This timepiece has a 44.8mm diameter and a 50.9mm lug-to-lug distance. It's 14.7mm thick, and it's powered by the 5R66 Spring Drive GMT movement. Everything about this timepiece is luxurious, including this beautiful display box that it comes in. The design of this watch is really enjoyable, and I think that the color scheme that was put together here is magnificent, with this light gray silver dial and the blue accents on the GMT hand and the power reserve indicator. This accents beautifully with this black bezel, and the entire watch is made of titanium with a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces throughout. The build quality on this watch is extremely enjoyable, and the attention to detail is evident, especially when it comes to this dial. You get a good look at this beautiful texture on the silverish gray dial, and the accents of the date window, the indices, and the hands all look fantastic in contrast. The texture on this dial reminds me a little bit of the winter watches from Grand Seiko, also perhaps even the Snowflake, but in a different color. Either way, it looks fantastic, and it's just subtle enough to add some visual interest without being distracting or gaudy in any way. Due to the size and the angles on this watch, it has kind of a beefy, somewhat masculine look to it, especially when you get a look at it from the side. We do have a flat sapphire crystal over top of the dial, but the angles on the side of the case are what really gives this its unique look. The angled facets with a mixture of finishing in contrast with that deep ridge on the bezel really have a great look to it. The bezel also has a great grip because of those deep ridges. Another thing that I really like is that on the side of the case over with the crown, we don't have any crown guards. Not that crown guards are bad, but due to my personal taste, I really enjoy this look here. The 4 o'clock crown is great on a larger timepiece like this, as it helps with the comfortability while on the wrist. Speaking of comfortable, this bracelet is incredible. It's got a really industrial and angled look to it, but the titanium construction being so light and the finishing being so high quality make this an extremely attractive and comfortable on the wrist bracelet. I also really like this larger Seiko signed and satin buckle on the underside of the watch. I like the way the bracelet meets up with the case. I really think this design was extremely well thought out. The bezel action here is unique. It's really smooth to operate. In fact, there's no clicking at all. You just move it around and it's just a friction smooth sweep as you set your time zone with this GMT bezel. The back of the watch is sealed with a titanium caseback and has an indication of the 100 meters of water resistance. This caseback covers up the 5R66 Spring Drive GMT movement, which we've already covered is a favorite of mine. It's a true GMT movement with an independent hour hand and functions as well as any movement I've ever used. This watch is fantastic on the wrist. You know I have an 8-inch wrist, so a large watch like this fits well, but there is so much space because of that shorter lug to lug, and the titanium construction makes this feather light and feels incredible while wearing. Between this incredible movement, the fantastic design, the impressive build quality, and the super hard titanium, I think this watch is amazing. Please come check this one out if you can. It's a real winner in my opinion. This watch is just as amazing as its cousins in the catalog and is extraordinarily beautiful. If you'd like to purchase this watch or any of our others, please visit us at righttime.com or give us a call. We are always happy to help. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time at Right Time.